want you to meet my sister, Bobbie.
Luke's told me so much about you.
Oh, don't believe a word he says. Holly, I am very pleased to meet you. Why don't you sit down and join us?
Yeah, darling. Here.
You know, we have a terrible habit in this family, Holly. We just can't stay out of one another's problems.
But you only just got here. The last thing you want to hear is us talking about my father.
Listen, if there's one thing that the Spencers and the Andersons understand, it's family. So if there's something that you need to talk about, we're here. We'll listen.
I told you she was family-oriented.
I'm sorry I was so upset when I got here. I just spoke to my father in Vancouver.
They let you through?
Just for a minute. My father's in the prison ward in the hospital. I couldn't believe how faint his voice sounded.
Well, you probably had a bad connection.
No, it wasn't that. It sounds like he's given up. The last thing he said to me was, forget about me and get on with your own life.
Holly, you'll be all right.
What if we can't stop them?
We will.
Don't think like that.
Listen, Joe, Kelly.
Charles in the past, and I'm hoping that maybe he'll work as some sort of liaison with this doctor in Canada.
Kind of a united front.
Exactly, because the authorities were gambling, never go against the advice of two doctors that object to the transference.
I'd still like to be there.
Impossible.
It's my decision to make.
No, I'm not going to let you do it.
Well, I'm afraid you don't really have a choice.
What do you mean?
You're a material witness. You're not allowed to leave Port Charles.
Look, I got a great way to let the whole thing pass a little quicker. I'm taking the family out to lunch.
Does that include me?
Absolutely. I think my ladies would agree, don't you?
I think you're already one of the family.
There we go.
Thank you. That's quite an honor.
There you go. Did I tell you this was a class act, or is this a class act? Am I wrong? Huh? Am I wrong? Huh? Okay, let's go.
You know, if I put you on the clock, this would be a very expensive meeting.
You're the one who's stolen.
Look, I answered all your questions.
Yeah, with mumbo-jumbo law talk. I want to see the blueprints.
I'm telling you, the architect is sick. There's nothing we can do about it.
Come on, sick. You can do better than that, Baldwin.
Okay. His dog ate the plans. Are you satisfied?
Don't get smart with me. I want some answers.
Listen, I'm telling you, the architect is sick. Once the guy gets better, we'll take a look at the plans. Believe me, I would like nothing more than get this deal going as much as you would.
Well, now, if that's true, why'd you insist that I give Weber an extension?
You ever heard of public relations?
Don't give me that. Neither one of us could care less what Weber thinks of us.
No, that's not the point. The point is that I don't want him to feel like he's been cheated or anything like that. It's just be an unnecessary hassle that we don't need. Victimized, you know?
Yeah. And what if they raise the money?
It's not going to happen.
Well, you give them enough time and they will.
I'm telling you, even if they had a year, they couldn't raise the money. The deal is in the bag.
Well, what am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Why don't you go on a trip? Why don't you go down to Florida and play canasta like the rest of the mobsters?
Because I don't operate that way, Baldwin.
Well, I do. And if you want to stay on my bandwagon, you better just play along.
How many times do I have to tell you, Blackie? Scotty means nothing to me.
Well, how come you always fawning all over him and doing everything he tells you to?
Well, it's my job.
Yeah, we don't have to like it so much.
When did I say I liked it?
Oh, you don't have to say, Laura. I can see it on your face.
Well, you're seeing what you want to see, Blackie. I'm telling you, Scotty doesn't mean anything to me. I do what I had to do because it's my job and I need it. Is that so hard to understand?
Guess not.
Okay. End of discussion.
Okay.
Excuse me. Is Mr. Baldwin in?
Yes, someone's in his office at the moment.
Don't be silly. He'll want to see me immediately.
No, well, Miss Moore, I really don't think that...
I'm sorry. I didn't realize anyone else was here. I'll just wait outside.
It's okay, Susan. Anthony was just leaving.
Yeah. I'm sure the two of you would like to be alone.
Miss Moore is a client, and she has an appointment.
Oh, I'll bet she does. Don't forget I'm a client too, Baldwin, and I expect some action like yesterday. You understand?
I understand, Anthony.
Good. We'll talk again soon.
Right.
You got a nice-looking lady here, Baldwin. Well, why don't you take some advice from an old friend? Lock up the liquor when she comes over. Guess I deserve that. I'll see you, Baldwin. Miss Moore, it's been a pleasure.
you do have a way with men.
A defined relationship. Is that so much to ask?
No. But it may be asking for more than I can give.
Why are you afraid to commit to anything?
Because I'm not sure it's what I want.
Maybe you're not sure that I'm what you want.
It has nothing to do with you.
How can you say that?
Because it happens to be the truth. Look, I'm the one with the problem, right? I'm the one that can't settle it. I'm the one that's restless. I've tried running a nightclub. It just doesn't provide the kind of excitement that I need.
So do something else. Find another job.
There's your problem. See, any kind of a job just isn't going to cut it with me. I don't know, maybe I've led too rich a life of adventure to sort of settle down and do anything normal.
No one's trying to put shackles on you.
I'm not blaming you, love. I'm not blaming you. It's something that I have to work out.
Robert, why don't you let me help you?
I'd like to. But it's something I have to do on my own.
I think I understand. I want you to know that if you decide, it's okay.
Thank you. Darn that thing. Scorpio.
Yes, this is Inspector Trotter calling from the DIM headquarters in Vancouver.
Inspector, how are you?
Oh, good, thanks. I called to let you know one of our detectives spotted Basil Durbin here in the city. I expect to have him in custody at any time.
Yeah, well, don't underestimate him, Inspector. That guy has 1,000 tricks up his sleeve.
Well, nothing we've never seen.
What about Oliver and Reginald?
Still no sign of them.
You want my advice? You put your pressure on Percy. Right now, he's the only one who could tell you where they are.
Well, we've already talked to him.
Yeah, well, you give me 5 minutes with him, I'll have him singing his heart out.
Precisely why I've called, Mr. Scorpio. I've recommended your employment to my superiors here at DIM. I think you'd make an excellent addition to our staff.
For how long?
Well, permanently. Of course, first we'd assign you to the Durbin case, but after that you'd be able to go and work on our other cases.
Yeah, well, what would my status be?
A special investigator. But there's a large salary attached, plus all business and travel expenses. Our staff chief seems most anxious to have you aboard.
It's a very tempting offer.
You'll consider it then?
Give me a little time. Nice talking to you.
Right. Goodbye.
So what was that about?
Oh, it's a bit of police business.
Did he say something about an offer?
Well, I'll think about that later. Right now, I want to think about you.
Well?
I don't quite know how to say this.
Well, if it's bad, I don't want to hear it. But if it's good, then it doesn't matter how you say it.
You're very special to me, Jackie. I wouldn't lie to you. I'll make you a promise that I knew I couldn't keep. So when you ask me to define our relationship and make a firm commitment, it's like saying, what's the rest of your life going to be like? I don't know what the rest of my life is going to be like. I don't know what my life is going to be like from one day to the next.
Would it be too much to ask you to, tell me what the rest of your day is going to be like?
Well, I can tell you what I'd like it to be like.
All right.
Might take the rest of the day.
Certainly hope so.
Give me that. I know you keep a bottle in your desk.
Listen, you don't want to drink. It's not going to solve anything.
Well, it would help.
Just for a little while. Susan, I want you to have a little respect, you know, get a little happiness and find a place for yourself in this town.
That seems so far away.
No, it's not. It's not at all. All you have to do is have a little faith in yourself. Have a little faith in me. I want you to see it. You can be proud of yourself.
Are you proud of me?
Very much so.
I'm sorry.
What is it, Laura?
A messenger is here to pick up the Cassidy briefs. I thought you might want to look them over.
Okay, I'll be right there. You gonna be all right?
Sure.
You sure? Okay.
Phone call. Aren't you?
How'd you guess?
Well, you can tell a lot by hearing a one-sided phone conversation. They offered you a job.
Yeah. Special investigator. Start with the Durban case and then move on to other things.
Well, I guess you'll have to do what you have to do.
Hey. Come on. Now, let's talk about it, huh?
There's nothing to discuss. I know you're going to take the job.
When did I say that?
It's what you want, isn't it? Excitement, adventure. I think you should take it, Robert. It'll really make you happy.
Come on, Joan of Arc did the martyr act. I never said I'd accept it.
But you didn't say you wouldn't either.
You're right. Could be just what I need right now.
Funny, 10 minutes ago, I was what you needed. Oh, was I what you needed? You sure do make short commitments, don't you?
I'm going for a walk.
So then she comes on like, you know, she was afraid of wolves,
Well,
right?
I was, actually. Oh, it sounds to me like there was only one wolf up on that mountain.
That's amazing. That's what I say.
Well, thank goodness we can laugh about it.
Luke, tell me something. If you had known what was going to happen on that mountain...
Oh, now, come on, Dan, that's not fair.
Sure it is, Rube. And the answer's very simple, yes.
Guess what?
Yes, we'd still all be sitting here having dinner together.
Even if you'd known half the town would turn against you?
Listen, darling, half the town's turned against me long before now. Probably happen again, and it doesn't matter because the only people that really matter are sitting right here at this table. And they're all on our side.
Okay.
So, what do you know? Excuse me a moment, Frank. I have some business to conduct. Well. Isn't this cozy? The crook's out for a little lunch.
Is that
it takes an awful lot of gold to parade around town after what you've done.
Is that addressed at me, Mr. Portermain?
It is addressed to the young lady.
I don't think the young lady wants to talk to you, sir.
Why not? I thought she had nothing to hide. Isn't that what I read in the papers?
That's enough, Edward.
Holly has nothing to say to you, Edward.
The little lady can't speak for herself? Or are you afraid she might tell me something? Like she's still in cahoots with that crooked family of hers. Tell me, Miss Sutton, have the authorities finally caught up with him, or have they worked out a deal with the DA, too?
Look, please.
Ah, she speaks.
I'm sorry if you lost money, Mr. Quartermain, and if you feel that I might have been responsible.
You have been responsible, Miss Sutton. That is a matter of public knowledge.
You are not only very rude, Mr. Quartermain, but you're very wrong. Any money that I had anything to do with has been returned. What happens from here on is up to the law. If you still have a disagreement with me, then I suggest you hire a lawyer and sue me. But I would appreciate it if you would spare me your provincial and boorish behavior in public places.
I think she means hit the road, Jack.
Woo! Yes.
Good girl. Nicely done.
Yes.
Let's drink to his departure.
I'll drink to that.
Size that I'm moving ahead quickly. You tell them I'm going to give the public what they want, yes. A swift trial and convictions all the way around.
Yes, you can quote me on that. Well, where have you been?
I do have other duties, Mr. Richards.
Only one that I care about, getting Charles Sutton down here as quickly as possible to face that jury.
That's what I was working on, but Mr. Sutton happens to be too ill to bring back to the States.
Not according to what I've heard.
Well, I don't know what your sources are, Mr. Richardson, but I am having an independent physician examine Mr. Sutton. The Canadian authorities have agreed, and we are going for a postponement of extradition.
You can't do that.
Name me a law that says I can't.
Now, you listen to me, Kelly. There's been a massive swindle here, 2 murders and another one attempted. The people of this city are demanding justice.
So do I, but I'll be damned if I'll be a party to killing a sick man just to get you reelected.
My re-election is not the issue here.
Isn't it? From what I've heard, that's the only thing at issue here. I'll see you later, Bert.
Right.
You've got 24 hours, Bert. I want that man back here.
She's great.
Yeah, Bobbie, yeah. Do you think I should have invited them back here for a drink?
Well, it's the middle of the afternoon. I didn't think they expected it.
I hope lunch wasn't too uncomfortable for you with all the, feelings and stuff that's going on with you right now.
No, it was just what I needed. To be with people who care, that's what's important.
I thought you handled Eddie Quartermain perfectly.
I'm learning from you, you know. Hopefully one day I'll be as strong as you are.
I think you've got enough strength as it is. In fact, I think you've got enough strength to run in there to the fridge and bring out that cheap bottle of wine.
Get it yourself.
Well, if you run and get it, I'll share it with you.
I'm on my way.
Uh-huh.
What happened? Someone was running up down the dock.
Special delivery of some kind of note.
What does it say?
Never mind.
No, really, I want to know.
It says, get out, crooks. Some mindless little prank of these morons in PC. Come on, throw more bricks! Jerks!
You don't scare us! Have you been throwing bricks?
Got a good mind to ring your doorbell and run! Come on, dance.
One Life to Live.
Now, you don't understand Asa Buchanan. He's had his way with so many women.
Yeah, well, he won't with me.
How are you going to stop him?
By saying no.
That's not even going to slow him down.
And on the edge of night.
Maybe I could be hanged.
No, now stop it!
A charge of treason could tear Sky and Raven apart.
Oh, please, baby, do something. Do something.
One Life to Live, The Edge of Night. Weekdays,